Hey everyone, Dragon here, and today I'm going to be doing run number 7 of my hardcore speedrun series. But before that, I did want to review a couple of my deaths before this run. And yeah, I just thought it would be really quick and fun. So here we have 2 different attempts. One, I had killed Eikthyr, and I went into Black Forest. It wasn't exactly record time, so it's whatever. And the other, I was fighting Eikthyr, and this was a record time. This was under 10 minutes. In fact, Eikthyr set a record on me and killed me at 7:11. Those were failed attempts, and they were scrapped. Hopefully you found them amusing. Now let's get into run number 7, and I'll show you what actually transpired. So I started out doing exactly what I do. I collect all the stuff around the altars. There are 2 mushrooms and 2 berry bushes behind these altars here. I recommend anybody doing a speed run to get these. It's fairly pivotal. It gives you twice the stamina and twice the health. Also, if you have a torch, which you do at the start, I would use that to chop down early little crap trees. Once you've chopped down a couple little crap trees, you should be able to make yourself a club and sneak up on some deer. There we go again, guys. 2 deer heads in like 30 seconds of clip. Sneak attack is just fucking too pro. Despite my other attempt failing at Eikthyr, I realized that I did not have rested when I was doing it, and that was kind of pivotal. I also didn't have very good food buffs going in, because I was trying to see if I could just rush it. Oh my god, he spawned on my campfire. I was granted some early fire damage by the gods of RNG. I would like to point out that I'm actually parrying his attacks, not just blocking them. I've been calling it blocking in the past, but most of what I do is parrying whenever possible. When you successfully parry an opponent in this game, it adds your blocking power to your parry bonus, so that you block more damage. If you mistime your parry though, you're taking the brunt of the damage. Oh dear, he killed himself with a tree. The whole RNG in this fight was kind of weird. Like, he landed on a campfire in the beginning, and he killed himself with a tree. I don't think he wanted to live. I think he just wanted me to kill him. Having slain Eikthyr in record time, I went down to the coast, and I went along the coast to try and find some Black Forest, maybe some burial chambers, basically anything I wanted to, like anything I could run into. I was looking for a good place to build. What I did find was patches of Black Forest with meadow in between, and so it wasn't too bad. There was a lot of fine wood around. I found a little cabin near a big patch of Black Forest, and I decided to set up right there. Once I had my home base established, I went out and found a crypt and started clearing that. There were a ton of skeletons in my way, but I was putting them down, putting them in the ground with my club. I chose to make a tower shield this time because I did some testing fighting the Elder with different shields and different armor and stuff because of one of my subscribers. He commented on possibly going to bronze armor to fight the Elder in melee combat, and I was saying that maybe I wanted to stay with troll leather. Funny enough, I didn't find any trolls in this game. I think I saw one, which is weird. Very weird for me. So yeah, I actually went towards the bronze route. What I found out is if you have 22 armor class, you might be able to fight the Elder with a tower shield and be able to block all of his attacks, or at least parry them. It seems like the crypts are one of the best ways to find the Elder's location and Surtling cores, so in the future I think I'm going to stop looking for buildings with the marker on it and just move on to crypts. Just don't even worry about the location, because I'm pretty sure I'll run into it in one of these burial chambers. Dude, this ghost and skeleton almost fucked my fucking world up. I dropped down to 12 health. That's scary. I had rested buff and everything. I don't know how they did that. I don't know how they did that much damage. The tower shield's amazing. I wrecked this rancid remains. Completely wrecked. Oh, and look, I found the Elder again. After about 3 crypts, only 2 of them that I showed, I got enough Surtling cores to make my smelter and my kiln. I set them up in the most functional way I could find. And so I was off to mining some tin. I was planning on making a cooking pot right away this time. That way I had some royal jelly, and I figured the stamina bonus from the royal jelly would help with everything else that I'm doing. Or everything that I do in the future. Kind of, speed me up because I have more stamina. I hope you guys saw how close this copper vein is to my house. Literally, like, it's just right there. So this is a really prime spot to build. It turns out that you can't get rested buff if there's an enemy wandering around in your sight or in line of sight of you. So I had to go kill these fucking grey dwarfs. Fuckers. I just wanted my rested buff underneath my copper vein. I kept this scene to show you guys how much copper and tin I mined, not to show you guys that I walk through a campfire on the regular and burn the crap out of myself. At long last, I made myself a cooking pot, and then I made myself a bronze helmet, because it doesn't have a movement speed penalty like the other bronze gear. So that was my first piece that I wanted. In hindsight, maybe the bronze axe would have been a better choice. That way I wasn't carrying around my crappy wooden axe that I had to keep filling the kiln with. It could have saved me a couple chops, a little bit of stamina here or there. But yeah, so next time, go with the bronze axe first, not the helmet. Occasionally I hunted in the meadows and I found a couple beehives here and there. Day 5, and I'm almost done mining this entire copper vein. At least to my knowledge, there's probably more under it. This day I make my bronze leggings, and then I farm some tin, and then I go and make my bronze plate. I have 26 armor class now. Day 6, I farm out some more copper. I realized that I didn't make a bronze axe, and so I can't get fine wood. So I can't actually make a carve to get over to the Elder, even though I have the armor class to fight him. And I don't want to take a raft. Would like to be able to find some swamps after I kill the Elder or something, and I wouldn't be safe doing that in a raft. After I made my axe, I realized I didn't have enough bronze nails to make the carve, and so I had to go farm a little bit more copper and a little more tin so that I could finally make my bronze nails and make my carve. But it's okay. All of the extra resources are here for bone mass, right? And some of it was used to upgrade my axe to level 2 for the Elder fight. So it wasn't all wasted. I finally got my carve into the water, and I went back and made sure I was fully prepared. I was carrying a lot of extra crap I had to throw away, or at least throw in a box, and I wanted to upgrade my club because the club was actually pretty effective in my trials, but I hadn't tried a level 2 bronze axe, so I was probably going to try that first. Anyway, after everything was ready and I felt prepared, I jumped on my ship and set sail for the Elder. I didn't have a fine wood bow though, so I was a little afraid of serpents. I just didn't want to fight them. I figured I'd just run. I didn't have all my ancient seeds, and I was passing some black forest. I was able to see a spawner in the distance because it's nighttime and they're like giant bonfires. So I stopped to get an ancient seed, and then I went back on my boat. I figured I could pick up the last one at the Elder. I was just kind of worried because I only found one on my island, which is weird. I made it to the Elder's island without a hitch. I didn't actually see any serpents. I was able to find a spawner real close by and clear it, get my last ancient seed. I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to beat my timer here, beat my record. My record was pretty much the end of day 8, and this is day 8 right now. So yeah, I'm pretty close to my record, and that's not good. I still feel like I could have made it here a lot sooner. Even if I had taken a raft, I could have made it here maybe a day sooner. I just don't know. But either way, I think this is still a record. I'm fighting the Elder with a level 2 bronze axe, a level 3 wooden power shield, and 26 armor class. If you look really close, you can see that even when I parry his attacks, he's doing 1.7-ish damage to me. So he is slowly whittling me down. So even with this armor class, like, the shield can only block so much. And that's why your rested buff is so important. You can regain all that health back quicker. So right here, I want you guys to look out for this. The Elder can stomp behind your shield, behind your character, and do what seems like unhindered damage despite the block. It doesn't even say it's been blocked. the lesson of my story is, I guess, just don't stand too close to the elder so that his leg can go over you, because you might take the full damage, even if you block. Despite my followers telling me to do a melee on this guy, I don't know that this is better. Like, I have come close to dying multiple times here, to the point where he could, if I just mistimed one of my parries, I would just die. I would just straight up die. It's just it. Granted, the 10 rolls weren't much better. I still don't really know what to do about the root situation. They could easily murder me like this too, except I do have the proper armor class so that they only do like 10 damage when they do hit me. I mean, I guess this might be safer, maybe. One note though, if you do fight this guy in melee combat, it's advisable to pull him into the middle, that way you get that fire buff. The fire buff doesn't really do much for you, but it'll keep you from being cold. If you're cold, your stamina will regen slower. It also helps to keep wandering great orcs out of your fight. At this point, it's just the home stretch. I just gotta chop down that tree. There we go, guys. I got him. I got him in melee. It's the first time for me. It's unfortunate that it wasn't in a record time, but I did do it in melee, and I think I can do it in the future. It's difficult because you have to be able to parry like all of this stuff. With the elder slain, I am relieved, and I hop back on my boat, and I go and search for some easy swamp. I'm hoping to find a swamp on the way home. It's really unfortunate, but I don't actually find one, and then I just head home. There wasn't a whole lot that I could do back at the base. What I really wanted to do was go find a swamp and get some Surtling cores, set up a Surtling core farm in a swamp. But what I could do is make myself a fine wood bow in case I found any serpents to fight. That would be really useful. While I was at home, there was a foul smell from the swamp. Fucking draugrs and skeletons rushed me. That kinda sucked. I had to take care of that. The archers are the big problem. Like, you can't time it. Once you have a certain number of archers, it's really hard to time any melee combat with anyone else. So I retreated back inside and rested for a little bit before going back out to kick their ass. The only bright side of this is that sausages came to me. I made my fermenter, and I put some poison resist meat in there as soon as I could. And then I upgraded my bow all the way up as far as I could for my fine wood bow. And then I was ready to go find a swamp. It would have been nice to have a portal ready, but I really didn't want to do any more crypts. I was hoping to find a Surtling core farm, and then make a portal there and on my way back with some iron. Day 11, I found this really cool looking building out in the middle of the waves. That was really cool. I was able to find a couple small patches of swamp, but nothing that had a tomb in it or a Surtling core spawn or anything, so I just had to keep trekking. Keep trekking. I just kept finding a bunch of these little patches of swamp that had nothing. I didn't want to get too far away from home, so I started going back, and I was going to circle the upper continents. Rounding that top continent, I found my first serpent. Well, second serpent. The first one I left because I didn't have a good bow at the time. I'm 100% equipped to kill this one though, and he gonna die. I'm gonna be eating good tonight. Woo! Having killed that serpent, I continue along my merry way, and very shortly after, I run into another serpent. I'm destroying the serpent. Uh-oh. So that's not good. I can't fix my ship out here, and my plan is to sit here and silently panic while I try and figure this out. But the serpent decides to push me, and now I got to swim to my death. There you have it, guys. I'm serpent food. I should have checked my ship. I neglected to check the durability on my ship that entire journey. I don't even think I repaired it when I stopped back at home, so it was probably still damaged from the first serpent that I ran away from. So yeah, that was definitely on me. I should have fixed my stuff. I should have been more aware of how damaged my carve was. And so I drowned. Or well, I got eaten, actually. Oh well. We set a new Eikthyr time today, and we almost set a new Elder record. It was close, but we didn't. But we did beat him with melee combat, which is new. And that's always good. So feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next videos.